Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and today we'll be going over a women's exclusive. These are some Nike Dunk Lows and they're called the Needlework. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Today we'll be discussing a women's exclusive sneaker. This is known as the Needlework. So we'll go through the overview of these, jump into size and fit, which was only in women's sizing, and then we'll talk about how I styled this. Really just simple color scheme, and then we'll conclude with how well these are doing on the resale market. Let's jump right into it. For those of you who didn't go for these or did go for these, I am so happy that I did. This is definitely a very lovely sneaker in hand and yet very different than a lot of the Nike Dunks, specifically women's exclusives that we've seen this year. This is definitely a color scheme I feel like that can transition throughout all the seasons. As far as it goes, it kind of reminds me of a light gray tone, but it definitely has some bluish tones to it when it hits the light. But it's pretty simple as far as the color blocking that they decided to go with. So we've got a white smooth leather toe box, and again, that light bluish gray tone. And then one of my favorite parts of the sneaker is that they decided to go with this thick roped lace, and it is in a nice cream tone. As far as the tongue goes, it's a simple white meshing nylon tongue, and then we've got a subtle, and then the Nike swoosh mark logo is pretty simplified in a white tone. All right, so let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side panels. All right, so as far as the inspiration goes for this sneaker, this was actually inspired by the American West. So fashion specifically from the American West. And as we make our way to the swoosh mark, this is kind of where we're getting some of that inspiration. This is actually this really kind of cool Victorian era floral print that's actually embossed all the way alongside that Nike swoosh mark. As we work our way to the back, we've got this really cute little jewel for the eye on the back for Nike. And then we've got, again, that same swoosh mark that has that embossed Victorian era style to it. The interior is really cool too. So Nike is actually in this really kind of cute cursive writing. So this isn't the typical Nike that we see on most silhouettes. And we've got that same writing scripture on the interior in white, and then the insole is in a light brown tone. Then when we work our way down to the midsole, we've got a simple white midsole and that light bluish gray for the outsole. All right, let's take a look at those last and final details. far as size and fit goes, I would say 6 true size on this one. Again, this was a women's exclusive, so this only came in women's sizing. All right, so now let's jump into how I styled this. This, again, is just a very easy muted colorway, so it was very simple for me to style. As far as the first look, I decided to go out with some color and print with this floral maxi dress that had some ruffles to it, and it was multicolored with lots of pinks, purples, and blue hues to it. So definitely this was a more subdued sneaker that I felt like paired perfectly. Then for the second look, I decided to wear some wide-legged denim light colored jeans and then a white crop top. And then for the last and final look, I decided to wear a denim button-down dress that was off the shoulders. All right, so now let's talk about how much these retailed for. So these retailed for $120, and currently on the resale market, they're currently going between $140 to $180. All right, everyone, that is it for this unboxing and review. If you joined us for the first time, thank you so much. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you all on the next episode.